Disclaimer, this episode will be discussing the dub of And You Thought There Is Never a Girl Online, up to episode 3 of the dub, and the general first half of the series in general. As such, a spoiler warning is in place. This podcast also might contain language and humor that might be inappropriate for younger audiences. Listener discretion is advised. And as always, opinions expressed in this episode are those of the individual participants. They do not necessarily reflect those of Dub Talk as a whole, or any other organization said participants of the episode belong to. Enjoy. Daddy, I love you. 毎日がキラキラ輝き出すよ。永遠それ以上希望続きますよ。Hello and welcome to Dub Talk, the podcast where a group of nerds get together and talk about a recent dub or announcement. Today we gather to discuss the second of two new additions to Funimation's Dubble Talk block for the spring 2016 season, And You Thought There Is Never a Girl Online, aka Netoge. From Project Number 9, the animation studio behind Girls Beyond the Wasteland, Momo Q Sword, and recently My Sister is Unusual. Allow us to introduce ourselves. I've been contributing to this podcast a while now, but this is my first time hosting an episode. I am Roots of Justice.
My name is Classy Spartan. I am now the resident young person of the group, where everybody's talking about their DVD collections, and I'm like, lol, what?
I am Jet. You've probably heard me before.
I'm Jamstar. I'm still a newbie. Like long walks on the beach, anime by candlelight, and I'm hoping to meet some lovely ladies from this series. Wait, this is the show about online dating, right?
Clearly, might as well be at this point.
To begin with, we will be talking about the director and the scriptwriter for the series. Do you guys have any
Only
guesses?
one I had for director was probably Kyle Phillips. That's about all I've got.
Okay.
And let me see. For director, I said Clifford Chapman, and for scriptwriter, I said Jamie Marchi.
I also said
Okay.
Jamie Marchi for scriptwriter. I also had Josh Greeley. As for director, I had Afia Yu and Mike McFarlane because, I mean, this is pretty much.
That's an interesting combination, I gotta say.
Yeah, well, they are interesting people, and this show is interesting enough, so.
I mean, Mike McFarlane's directed weirder things before. He somehow did No Rain, so.
Yeah.
And I too had Josh Greeley for basically his expertise in MMORPGs.
What's funny was when I put him down, he mentioned on his Twitter that he had just finished wrapping up something as lead writer, and then I realized I was way off for this show.
Yeah, unfortunately, we were all way off. Because
I wouldn't say unfortunately. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
Also, I had Felicia Angel as director because of Grimgar. Forgot to mention that.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
But for ADR scripts, we have Tyson Reinhardt. He was also responsible for the second and third seasons of High School DxD.
Mm-hmm.
He did Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he also did Prison School.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, man. I was really hoping we'd go past that.
We had to acknowledge it at least once. We can skip past it in a minute. But it had to be said once. The forums blew the fuck up.
Okay. Let me just put my 2 cents in here. I didn't even understand what the whole issue was about. I tried to watch the episode again. Let me put it this way. If I have to Google it, it's probably not worth talking about. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Fair enough.
Now, as for the ADR director, we have Chris George, who's relatively new to the position, mostly being an ADR engineer for the past couple years. His most notable directorial roles are He did the third and fourth border of Ghost in the Shell Arise.
Okay.
He also did High School DxD Born.
Okay.
And what most people would probably know him for at this point is Snow White with the red hair.
There it is! Woo!
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of the scripts and the directing?
Directing?
Okay, my feelings on the script. Until I heard it was Titan Reinhardt, I was dead short of saying them.
Well,
Yeah.
they did work together, so probably some of Tatum rubbed off on him.
Yeah, okay, I'll say this. Like, under normal circumstances, I would say it's a bad script, but for this show, I think it fits because it seems like a thing that would be suited to be anyway.
Right. It
Yeah.
seemed kind of mimetic in the Japanese, and it rubs off pretty well in the dub.
I mean, in the subs, they're talking about
Yeah.
waifus. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's funny it's a Reinhardt script, because at that point it'd be more like a Bonnie Clinkenbeard script, because it's so faithful to the Japanese. Albeit with a few minor changes.
I mean, I'll say this about the show. It already seems like it's... like, even in the subs, it already seems like it's trying hard to go down to Meme Town. So, it really just kind of works already to me. And, like, some of it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of amusing just hearing a bunch of Japanese teenagers, like, trying really hard to be hip or trying to roleplay, that I think it kind of works in its favor.
Yeah.
As for Chris, motherfucker did Snow White with the red hair, which is probably one of my favorite broadcast dubs they've done so far. Like, at least in the top 5. So,
Yeah.
surprising choice, but not an unwelcome one.
He's really getting some good stuff in now. Alright, Chris George has really kind of made a name for himself, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
Snow White with the red hair was a really good dub.
very. Like S-class worthy of a dub.
Like, I think
Next to Noragami.
I think my only real nitpick with that dub is, even though I really liked Brina Palencia, I think I slightly preferred Saori Hayami a little bit more. Outside of that, Greeley as Zen is honestly one of my favorites of his.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's keep talking about the show.
Right.
Also, let's say this right now.
let's just say this right
A
now.
little bit of a tangent. Why did they not call it Netoge, and you never thought there was a girl online? Just calling it and you never thought there was a girl online is a freaking headache. And they should have done it like Shimonetta.
Yeah, they
Or
could always
erased.
they could always do it later.
I don't think they can.
Yeah.
They've already made the title.
I think at this point it's interesting to have us Nation's naming sense is a little weird.
Yeah, don't blame Funny on this one. Blame Kadokawa.
Were they involved in this one?
Yeah.
Kadokawa's like
Wow.
has a label in every show. It's weird.
Yeah.
Alright, tangent done. Let us continue.
Alright, now we are going to begin to get into the actors. First, we have Nanako Akiyama, aka the... Well, we don't really know quite her role in the game yet, because the dub hasn't gotten there, but her character's name is Seti?
Yeah, set.
Okay. She's also the companion to another character who we'll be talking about in a little bit. Did you guys have any guesses for Nanako?
Let me see. I think I said Lindsay Saito.
Interesting choice. As for me, I literally kind of forgot this character was around. I was trying to draw any like voice from her. I saw Pink. I thought about who does characters with pink hair. I came up with Megan Shipman.
Same here.
All right.
Alright. And I had the same thought process as you. Pink hair, cutesy character. I thought Alexis Tipton.
That's interesting. I also had one more prediction. I had Genie Torado, but here's the thing. When I first saw the avatar, I did not know at the time it was Nanako's avatar, so I said to myself, she'd probably fit here, but if she fit here, she has to be Nanako as well.
Alright, well, we were all wrong about this one.
Really?
Yeah, we were.
Wait, who is the character?
It turns out that Nanako Akiyama, aka Sete, was played by... Tia Ballard.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. You would probably have heard Tia Ballard as Beast in the 3rd season of Black Butler, Aligura in Blood Blockade Battlefront, or probably one of her more well-known roles, Happy from Fairy Tail.
Giant talking cat dragon baby thing.
Yep.
Alright, so it's this.
I actually kind of didn't remember that Tia Ballard was his character. I thought it was Alexis Tipton. That's why when somebody said Alexis Tipton, I'm like, wait, did we just give that away already? Okay.
Oh, come on. I wouldn't screw it up that bad on my first time hosting.
Okay, good. Okay. I think that proves how much I care about this character. I forgot who voiced her.
Yeah, there's just not enough there.
Well, in fairness, there is plenty there, but there's not
just
enough
not yet.
there.
Yet.
Yeah.
Was that a boob joke? Yes, it was.
Oh, and now I see what you did there.
I mean, it's fine. I don't really know what else to say.
Hey, she's as cute as she can be. Tia gets the job done. What else can we say?
Alright.
That is true.
I got nothing for this character. I feel really bad. It's just, like, up the butt.
Well, she's kind of important, but not yet. You know?
Yeah. I mean, okay. Even in the subs, I really don't remember her. I didn't really remember her at all.
Dude, you didn't watch the latest
I didn't
episode?
watch the latest one. That's the one I didn't catch up.
Yeah, season away from a lot. So.
Yeah.
Alright. Before I embarrass myself further, let us continue.
Yes.
Okay, next up we have the Net Game Club's teacher advisor, Yui Saito, who secretly is a player within the game named Neko Hime.
Who was originally thought to be a male IRL, but then the teacher said that it turned out to be the teacher.
Okay, so do you guys have any guesses? Because I actually got this one right.
It's hilarious that we mentioned Tia Ballard for the previous one, and I didn't even remember Tia Ballard voiced the previous character, and I have Tia Ballard for Neko Hime.
I had her somewhere else.
I had Caitlin Glass.
Yeah.
Interesting choice, I could see it.
Yep.
I had 3 predictions. First one was Felicia Angel. Because
Okay.
I thought maybe she could pull off that teacher voice. I mean, with the way her range has been going lately, I would not be surprised. And the other 2, next one was Heather Walker, and the last one was Martha Harms, because I believe they could pull off both characters very well. But here's the thing, though. I know Heather can do it, because I've seen her play some out-of-the-box characters, too. Martha Harms would definitely be the teacher, but I never heard her play a little girl voice yet, and they both sound exactly the same to me. Like, it's kind of weird.
You've heard her do sexy, you wanted to hear her do moe.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
Okay.
So-
Well, take it away, Roots.
Well, I actually got this one right, but it ended up being Monica Rial.
Yeah!
Da-da-da.
Okay, do we I have to go down the whole
Do we
list.
have to
Oh, no.
introduce the list?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Just
I've
pick
got
like
some...
5 or 10 from a hat, and then you're good.
Right. She's got a filmography as long as... Well, it's
Tale
long.
as old as time.
But in particular, you can hear her as Mei Rin from the Black Butler franchise, Sonic Speed Monkey from Blood Blockade Battlefront, and most recently, Emma Guzman from Garo the Animation.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen, what did you think?
I actually kind of like what I've heard of this. Basically,
here.
just because of the... Oh, sorry. Okay. Basically, Nekohime is cutesy moe moe kyun, and that's kind of what I expected, and it's just a bunch of shitty cat puns, and it sounds like a more typical Monica Rial, while the teacher is basically big girl Monica Rial. I forgot who told me the phrase "big girl Monica," but I really like it. I'm gonna stick to that, where it's basically just big girl Monica doing the teacher IRL, and I think it works. She's interesting as a teacher. As a teacher, it's great because she sounds like she really doesn't want to deal with these fucking losers right now, but they're basically just blackmailing her because she has like a cat girl thing, and then the cat girl thing is just her being a cat girl and
Right.
an avatar, and that's funny.
That about nails it on the head for me, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's Monica Rial, so...
Yeah.
She was very perfect for the role.
Oh, god damn it.
Perfect. Are you saying you can't deal with meowsing puns?
Get out!
Oh, come on, stop being so catty.
Yeah.
Alright.
The silence is telling.
I got no response for that.
You have a response. It's just silence and disappointment, just like everyone else in my life.
Okay, so next up...
That's dark. I'm kidding.
Next up, we have the student advisor of the Net Games Club and the student council president and the daughter of the head of the school, Rich as Sin, Kyoko Shoin.
I have a question. Are we doing the character and then their avatar right beside them?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can do it that way.
Okay, so we'll do that. So we got Kyo, and then we got her avatar, Apricot, who everybody just refers to as Master. Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first. My first prediction was Jamie Markey.
Same here.
Because initially when I saw the character, I thought of what's her name from Heaven's Lost Property, and 9 times out of 10, Jamie does tend to play the sexy high school character, you know.
Now you see here, I had
also
Rias in
reminded me of
mind.
Rias. She also reminded me of Rias, now I think about it. My second prediction was Morgan Garrett. Because
that's why.
because when you listen to her talk, she has kind of this sexy inflection of voice she can't turn off, and she does sound pretty good, and I kind of envisioned her here.
That's a very clever way of saying you think her voice is hot.
Is that wrong? I mean,
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, you worded that very nicely.
Do you have any predictions for the male avatar Apricot?
Let's see. I had Christopher Bevins.
oh,
I had Christopher Bevins as well.
Alright.
Oh,
Okay.
Jet, we didn't get a, I don't think we got a actual prediction for Kyo for you yet either.
I thought Morgan Garrett.
Oh, okay, sorry,
Okay, so I gotta go next. I got all of these wrong. For Kyo, I had Michelle Rojas and Dawn Bennett. Dawn Bennett, I don't like Sky Wizards, but I really wanted to hear her do the more authoritative voice again.
yeah.
As for Michelle Rojas, the character looks a lot to me like Toka from Date A Live.
Yeah. Oh,
you
go ahead.
Oh, did you just have an oh shit moment realizing that?
No, I forgot I had one prediction for Apricot, but you go ahead.
Okay. The two I had for Apricot or Master were Jerry Jewell and Todd Habercorn.
Okay. Those I could both see.
Yeah.
Anyway, you had one for
Apricot.
For Apricot as well?
Yeah, I had Austin Tyndall.
I had him somewhere else, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
He does show up later.
Yeah, he does, but we're not.
Okay.
Kyoko Shaween is Mallory Rodak, who you can hear in High School DxD Born as Rosvaisa, Seraph of the End as Shigure Yukimi, and Tokyo ESP as Minami Azuma.
Oh.
As for Apricot, I think you might be able to recognize the name as J. Michael Tatum.
J. Michael Tatum. About as ham as you can get.
Who you can hear, probably his more famous roles are Eneru in One Piece. He was Zarbon in Dragon Ball.
Kai. Make the distinction. People will get mad at you.
Yeah, I forgot. And Rei Ryugazaki in Free.
Splash Free.
Oh, jeez. I forgot. Also, Scar in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I can go on and on.
Yeah.
Hoin Kyoma. Okabe Rintaro.
Kyoya Otori.
Anyways, the list will go on and on and
Yeah.
on and on and on and on.
We could be here all day.
Oh, God, no.
Shabadadoo. Because he was
Alright,
also
who wants
like
to give their
sexy in
thoughts?
Yurikuma.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright, anyway, thoughts?
I mean, well, this is my first time hearing her, but she sounds fine, I guess. I mean,
you talk about.
Yeah, we'll just go through them.
Let's talk about the avatars quickly, since they show up for like 2 episodes, and then let's go to the actual characters. How's about that?
Okay.
Alright, so Tatum, Avatar, sure is Tatum. I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point.
It's Sexy Tatum doing what Sexy Tatum does best.
Yes. Yeah, sexy is not how I would describe it. But then again, I had issues with it the first
Have you
episode.
seen that tank top?
Yes, I've seen the tank top.
Have you seen that tank top?
Yes, I'd rather see her than him, to be completely honest.
You just pick your cup of tea. Some people like it both ways.
Ain't no shame in that.
There ain't no shame in that.
Mallory Rodak seems a little rough, but, you know, you look at her filmography and there's not much there to it yet. So...
I mean, yeah, it's about the same thing for me. I mean, it's my first time hearing her, but it didn't really give me that much of an impression one way or the other.
Right.
She was apparently an extra in Heavy Object, so you might have heard her, you just don't remember who.
I mean, I only listened to like the first 2 episodes like that, so I'm not sure.
I stuck with it because I don't like to quit things I start.
I still need to get around to finishing Heavy Object.
That's debatable.
I've seen the whole show, so I just haven't watched the entire time.
I'm almost done with the dub. I have not watched the last episode yet for some reason.
I mean, the dub's good.
Yeah.
Briner's pretty much the reason why I stuck around for it.
It's just...
I mean, the dub was good. It just wasn't the kind of show I really felt like watching more than once. So.
Right. Okay.
I agree.
Hey, the main cast does it for me. That's all that
Okay.
matters.
That's fine. And by main cast, you mean Morgan Garrett.
And maybe Micah Solusad. Don't ask.
Micah's pretty good too, actually. Okay, off topic. I'll give my thoughts. Mallory Rodak, she does a good job. It's, like I said, it's a little rough, but it's kind of authoritative. It's amusing. It's different than what I would have expected, but it's just enough authoritative and kind of dorky, crazy that I really like what I hear. And every time this character does the premium player jokes, it always cracks me up, and I think the delivery of that's actually pretty good as snarky rich person.
Right.
Instead of just doing
Hey, there's nothing wrong with doing the oh ho ho ho.
Oh god.
God, now I'm thinking back to...
Because every rich character in anime's got to do that at least once.
There is literally a character in Heavy Object named Oh Ho Ho, and I can't get away from that stupid show now.
Oh god.
It's not even the same. Remember, cities look exist.
God, that show had the names were so dumb. It's unbelievable. Light novels, what the fuck are you doing?
Because
Anyways, Tatum was Tatum. Mallory, I want to hear more of her, and I liked it. Let's continue.
Okay, so next up, we got Akane Sagawa.
And this is why I get pissed.
It's not like I like video games or anything.
Oh, that's not even it, man.
It's pretty.
It's her token tsundere.
It is, and I had it right, but I ignored it completely.
I'll go for last since I did get this one right.
I actually got this one right too.
Oh wow.
And I'd be out later because I was dead wrong. So I guess I'll go first. So for Akane, I said Bryn April, and for her avatar Swine, I said Eric Vale.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're doing avatars as well, because I got her avatar right actually.
Ah, that's the give and take.
Yeah.
I got this 100% right.
Arch, you a big man.
Oh
god.
Oh god. Please don't do that again.
Alright.
Alright. I'll give my prediction for Swine then, and I'll give my prediction for Akane last, and vice versa for Jamstar.
Okay.
Okay, so for Swine, I did Aaron Dismuke, and funny enough, just because I thought this would have been funny, Chris Rager.
Oh god. God.
That would have been great.
I thought it would have been funny. I just remember Hardy made a giant rant once to me about how Chris Rager was basically a Bishonen pretty boy in Mikagura, and then I thought, wouldn't that be funny if he played Age Schwein in this?
Oh god.
Okay, well, once again, take it away.
For Kane, I had Tia Ballard and Sarah Wiedenhoff, because I've pretty much been getting used to their voices lately, and I thought maybe they could do Tsundere's very well. And I also had a third prediction, and it's gonna seem kind of awkward.
Chris Rager as Schwein was already awkward. I think you're okay.
No, okay then. I had Jill Harris, and in case you're wondering who she is, she is Sakura in Assassination Classroom, the little pink-haired bitch.
Okay, she's the bitchy little, 6th grader,
yes,
right?
and unfortunately...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and unfortunately to Jet's disappointment, Shakespeare in Divine Gate. When I saw Sakura, I listened to her, and I was like, she pretty much demonstrated every range possible for a character like Akane. And I thought I would never think to put her here if Lilac didn't complain about something and Roots didn't follow up with a gift, because that photo of Sakura popped in my head almost immediately. Yeah.
Alright, the one other prediction outside of the one I got correct for Akane was Sarah Ragsdale. I'm sure you can figure out where I got that one.
Yeah.
And those fucking legs. Did you see the camera? I'm sorry, that was funny as shit, man.
I'm not gonna live that one down.
Neither will you live down the coconut cream pie.
I don't
proud
think
of
I
that
want to
one.
know. I don't think I want to know. I think we may need an adult.
You know what's funny? I don't even think, like, at the end of the day, I don't think I actually liked Dagashi Kashi all that much, but it did lead to some funny moments and a pretty good Dub Talk episode.
Yeah, I still need to get to the Dagashi Kashi episode. Anyway, are we ready for the correct answers?
Shoot away, boss.
Alright, so, as Akane Sagawa, we have Jade Saxton. Who you can hear in Death Parade as Nona, Dimension W as Mira, and let's get one more to round it out.
How about
Fairy Tail.
Akatsuki and Lock Horizon.
Oh yeah, we could do a Katsuki and Lock Horizon, but I was also going to say the other cat in Fairy Tail, Carla.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Oh, that was
Yeah.
her? I didn't know that. Okay.
And as for her avatar, Schwein, we have...
He's doing it.
I got to, man. Hardy's not here.
Alright,
we got Josh
go
Greeley.
ahead. The floor's yours.
We'll bring it sexy, Josh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Josh Greeley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Josh Greeley, who you can hear in Blood Blockade Battlefront as Femp, the King of Depravity. You can hear him in The Boy and the Beast as the older Jiromaru. And one more to round it out.
Zen Wisteria. Snow White with the red hair.
Zen Wisteria.
Which is odd, because when you look at Schwein,
Snow
I
White with
thought
the
of
red
him.
hair.
He looks like Zen if you think about it.
Yeah, he does, actually.
I'll give my thoughts first this time around. Josh as the Avatar was hilarious, and just hearing... What's the line that Hardy was complaining about? That he was like...
Oh.
The bad man Majama. How he just hearing this guy as like a serious player saying bad man Majama, like that's hilarious to me. It's so dumb and it's so bad, but it's hilarious to me. Just the idea that they're trying really hard to be Mimi and to those sweet dank mimes, so to speak, as the kids like to
Mimis?
call
What
them.
the
Okay. As for Akane, Akane's great. She's like the Soon thing. I really like Jade Saxton. She's been in a lot of stuff I really like, and she's becoming a new favorite of mine, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked... I know this was only for the second episode. Maybe they do it more. I love when she went in and out of her character, and every time she transitioned, there was a little oink.
Yeah.
And that cracked me up so hard when I first heard it. I'm like, oh, that's so great.
She'd get flustered, the pig noise would come, and she'd turn in between. Yeah, that was one of my favorite points of it, too.
Alright. Also, one more tangent before I hand the mic off to everybody else. I gotta say, the biggest misconception about this show, it's not a harem.
No.
That's
Like,
the thing that surprised me the most, honestly.
Yeah.
As of like 8 episodes, this is not a harem, and not everybody is actually going for the D. To my genuine shock.
I mean, I don't find it that weird, but
I find it very
you know what's interesting? I actually think there's like a cross between Defrag and Haganai in a sense. And that...
You know what? Yeah, I can kind of see that.
I'm guessing those were like Ichi shows that weren't actually harems.
No, not even Eki, no.
Haganai was... It kind of went in and out of the harem
Yeah,
thing.
but it was mainly more about friends than about, getting
Right.
key,
It's like, this show is mostly, like, a comedy, a rom-com. Whether it's a good one or not, it likes to fluctuate, but we'll save that one for later, because I have a few things to say. Everybody else, you get to say your things.
Oh, no, I got a few things to say too, but that's when we get to another character.
Alright, I'm glad we both have things to say. Anybody else have any thoughts on Akane or Schwein?
Nothing really to say. It's actually she's great. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. It was generally a good performance from both, so. Alright, moving on, we have the Token Crazy.
Okay, we're doing
Yeah.
her first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go last because I'm gonna have, like, when we give our thoughts, I'm gonna have to go last. I'm
I
gonna
don't
have
have
things to say.
in a few seconds.
Okay.
Alright, so we are going to start our main two, the actual couple of the show, with Ako Tamaki, a.k.a.
Ako
Ako.
Tamaki. She's a...
who uses her real name in an
Yeah, it's
MMO.
dumb.
Because of reasons. Also, I have a quote here I saved from Megan that I knew I was going to use when we brought up Akko, and it's perfect. Akko is like a territorial honey badger who rolled around in crack.
Nah, she's wrong, man. Akko is a precious cinnamon roll too pure for this earth. Although I would not mind covering that cinnamon roll in icing, if you know what I mean.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sure? Yeah, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I love to stick my
Ooh.
I love to stick my brown sugar in there, if you know what I mean.
Oh no! Fuck me. No.
Alright, now I think we need an adult.
Oh god. Oh boy. But okay. Okay. Fucking.
Oh, I can't wait for Hardy to hear this.
Oh fucking. Okay. This show's so close with this character. It's so close. Like, they almost have a romance thing actually going. They almost have an interesting character flaw or interesting character dynamic actually going. So close, so far, yet in the end, fucking hell. That should be the new Linkin Park album, I swear. But it's like, okay, should we go into prediction? Let's go into predictions before I say more on her character.
So let me see. I said Sarah Wheaton-F.
I also had Sarah Wiedenhef.
I had Whitney Rogers.
I had Alexis
Okay.
Tipton and one other prediction, and it's painfully obvious who I'd go with.
I had Alexis Tipton as well. And I'm gonna take a guess. Did you pick Morgan
No,
Garrett?
sir. I
Oh,
had
okay.
Bryn Apple.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. I can see that. The only other one I had that wasn't mentioned was Monica Rial.
No, Micah would have been overkill, to be honest.
I thought you said Micah for a second. That would have been a very different show.
No, but I'll screw that. I'll explain that later.
Playing Ako Tamaki, a.k.a. Ako. Trina Nishimura.
This was a surprise to
Yeah,
me,
right.
actually.
No, really big surprise.
It's an interesting surprise. Not an unwelcome one, though.
You can also hear Trina Nishimura in Attack on Titan as Mikasa. You can hear her in the Black Butler franchise as Rin Mao. And Blood Blockade Battlefront as the Invisible Werewolf Chain Sumeragi.
You could also hear her as Token Tsundere to the max Makise Kurisu, or Kurisu Makise. I don't know which comes first. Okay. Who wants to give their thoughts?
Well, it's interesting to hear Trina in this role, but believe it or not, this is not the first time I ever heard her go girly. Because, well, actually, he was a boy. Mikagura, she played him straight girly, man. And then, now you think about it, she was also in an OVA, I think, Hack Legend of the Twilight. She played girly as well.
She was in Dot Hack?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have, like, an OVA series of Dot Hack that they actually dubbed themselves.
Yeah, man, she played the little girl.
I thought that was called Quantum. Or am I thinking of something else?
Probably.
I don't know. Dot Hack, something I gotta do my homework on.
I'm drawing a blank on it too, on the actual title.
Whatever it is, probably better than Sword Art. But
oh God, really? Are we doing this again?
Look, we're talking about an online video game where girls are trying to get inside this guy's pants. It was gonna come up at some point.
Okay.
Quantum. Dot Hack Quantum. That was the title.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Man.
Okay. I'm trying to give everybody else a chance to speak because I might have a few things to say.
Well, I think she did a pretty good job, especially in the, how would I word,
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, the freakouts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my first time hearing her doing something girly, so it's not that weird to me, but it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I especially liked it, like, when she started talking about normies, because normally when she talks, you hear with her this little high, distinct voice, and then when she starts bad-mouthing normies, it goes kind of deep. Like, she's really obsessed with destroying them, and each one of them, every last one of them, you know?
Yep, you start hearing some Mikasa.
It's basically like Mikasa with bigger tits and somehow even more crazy. But
That's...
on this, okay.
I think we should stop.
On the subject of normies, this show confuses me because I feel like the concept of girls being like nerds, not even like by American standards, even by Japanese standards, is a few years behind the cusp. Otomatsu-san has just surpassed like Fate Stay Night in sales. I'm pretty sure the female market of nerds and otakus in Japan has grown amazingly, actually. As for the whole normie thing, they're playing a free-to-play MMO. That's about as fucking normie and casual as you get.
True.
That's a good point.
Like, fucking hell. Don't try and backsass me. Anyways, on to Trina Nishimura, and then onto the character. Trina Nishimura is probably the standout of this series because she's got it all. She's got the timid nature, she's got the weird eccentricity, she's got the weird moe thing, she's got the yandere crazy mode, she's got all that, she's got the meme material of suckware, she's got the whole thing about how she doesn't see reality from fantasies, and she's hot and crazy, but a little too crazy for me, not enough for Jamstar.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
I don't know what to say after that.
Okay. Now that I got that, I need to rant.
That was the rant. Oh,
Nope, that was just the thing. My rant is this. I feel like this show gets really close to almost being interesting in that I feel they almost give her like mental illness or some sort of like mental hang-up and instability that in and of itself would be interesting if it was explored not for comedy, but because it's comedy, it seems like all the stuff about how she is unstable or cannot tell reality from fantasy and all that just kind of becomes a cheap gag, and it seems a little bleh. Like, even actually, a good example of this. If you wanted to do like an actual like freak out scene or something and still play it for comedy while you also feel legitimately bad and want the character to succeed, there was an episode of Kumamiko I saw recently where the little girl whose name escapes me right now. I can't believe it escapes me. Girl from Kumimiko, her voice, Machi, that's what it is. Where she had to basically give out free samples or make samples at a supermarket. And this kid has some sort of, even though it's not stated in the show, appearance-wise and visual-wise, she has a crippling anxiety. And you could see this character, like, sweat and struggle and try to deal with that. And it's like, it is all at once kind of comedic in its presentation, but you can also legitimately see a struggle and feel bad for this character in its presentation. And it's like, I feel bad for you, kid. If this character was to have anxiety or something, I would believe that. While this character of Akko having some sort of mental instability or whatnot is mostly played for cheap gags and laughs and fan service, and it's like it gets so close, and the romance even gets close too, to almost being like, wow, they've actually got a thing going on. They come really close, so close that they're already automatically better than Kirito and Asuna in a way, in that it seems really close and more believable in some ways. But the show is stupid, and the way they do Akko's character is frustrating, that I feel like I'm more annoyed that this show isn't like a generic harem than it would be, because now I have expectations of it being better. So when it actually gets worse than I expect, it hurts more than something like 100 or Sky Wizards, because I already know what to expect.
Okay, that's a fair assessment.
Wow.
Okay, I'm done. I need to get that off my chest because it frustrates the shit out of me. Because it's like, you almost have a good romance. You almost have like a good struggle with the character. You almost have a good pairing. But no, they make it stupid and dumb and frustrating. Okay, I'm done.
Well said. Very well said.
Okay,
Yeah.
so should we
Train
just
is spectacular.
Spectacular, though.
half of this done couple then?
I'm sorry.
No.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess we should get to our actual lead then.
Yep.
Our actual lead.
Alright. Finally, our last character is Hideki Nishimura, aka Rusian.
That's
Mate.
the weirdest name.
The main protagonist of the series.
I forgot his first name completely. I didn't even know he had a first name.
Yeah.
It's like how you sometimes forget that the main protag of Monster Musume isn't actually called Darling, but his name is Kimihito, and then you're like, wait, really?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so do we have any predictions?
I have two, so...
So,
I have one. I said Joe McDonald.
I
I also had Joel McDonald.
I had Micah Soluside because I thought when I see the character, he does freak out a bit. And Micah freaks out pretty decently. And Ode to Megan, he does die in the game a few times, especially episode 8.
Wait, Micah or Rusian?
Yeah, both. But he does. But Micah,
Okay.
like she said, Micah, every role he plays, he pretty much dies. So I just figured, yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, my next prediction was Aaron Dismuke. Yeah, with
I
Aaron,
see
there's
it.
two kinds of Aaron. There's a snarky jagoff Aaron, and then there's awkward spastic Aaron, like from Cat Planet Cuties.
All of them, ironically enough, are in Eren Yeager.
Okay.
Huh?
That was like a small, slow clap, but I can tell you approved.
And this just got awkward.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Alright, and I had Austin Tyndall, mainly for his work in similar shows.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, when I was casting Rusian, I made like a list of 12 to 13 like possible voice actor choices and spin the wheel 3 times. I put Chris Rager on there as like a joke thing, but I never actually landed on him. The 3 I landed on were Joel McDonald, as mentioned earlier, Josh Greeley, and funny enough, Tyson Reinhardt.
All right, playing Hideki Nishimura, a.k.a. Rusian. Dallas Reed.
Yep.
Dallas Reed.
Who's relatively light on Funimation roles, but you would probably have heard him as Suzuha in Noragami Arigoto, or Kimito
Kagurazaka.
Kagurazaka in Shomin Sample.
Best show of the year.
Alright, opinions.
Alright, well, I don't really remember his role in Origami, so this is the one that stands out to me. And, I mean, it's fine. It's pretty generic, protagonist thing.
Pretty much.
I think he's interesting, actually. It's like, I know I never watched Shomin Sample, so it's interesting to hear him again, like for my first time in an actual lead role, and I really liked him actually. He's weird, but he's got charisma and he's got comedic timing and he's eccentric, and that's all I could expect from this character, who I actually do kind of enjoy this character.
Yeah.
He's really the straight man. Meant to bounce the jokes off of him rather than him actually delivering them.
That is true of me. It does.
And instead of the joke's not him getting flustered by all the girls coming onto him, the joke's mostly just all the girls making fun of him, aside from the one that's clinging to him.
Yeah, the thing I like about Dallas Reed is that his voice is a bit unique, but when he freaks out, it's like he's channeling Clifford Chapin or something, because I hear that a lot when he freaks out. Yeah.
I can hear that, actually. I can hear that,
As for when he plays Rusian, I'm just going to go off on a tangent a little bit.
I've done it already. This is your time to shine,
pretty
my
much,
friend.
you're right. He is pretty much the straight man, especially when he has to deal with Akko. Here's the thing. When you're dealing with somebody like Akko, you know, like, he pretty much sort of gets it because he's somewhat bender himself, because you gotta remember, like, his whole philosophy on life and in-game metrics and stuff was screwed up because he believed the last girl he loved to be a boy. And ever since then, his visions of relationship have been skewed, you know, so he meets someone like Akko, who is pretty much shy at first, but when you talk to her, she does open up a bit. Because here's the thing. I've actually been in Rusian's shoes. Like, I've actually had this happen to me once with a girl I met online. Like, she was pretty much Akko and I was pretty much Rusian. And everything was pretty cool. Like, then, you know, like, yes, things do start to get crazy, but that's not because Akko is a yandere, you know? She's just misunderstood, you know? She's just being defensive. She's not obsessive, because if she was obsessive, she would know where, like, Nishimura lives and stuff. But when you think about it, it's kind of vice versa, because if you've seen episode 5, you see that he gets a key to her room, and when he walks in the room, she's pretty much naked, like, she wants him to see him naked. And I'm like, okay, that this is just pretty much getting with. But like I said, she's misunderstood. She just coming out of her shell. And I really hate it when people just badmouth her, because you don't understand what it's like for her. You don't understand where she's been. And there are certain times I want to throw Chad James into a brick wall just for insulting how stupid he is. Because... and this is pretty much where I'm just going to let him use the "you just don't get" excuse. Thank you, Hardy. Because with Akko, you just don't get it. Like, unless you've experienced it firsthand, you just don't get it. Akko is not as dumb as you make it out to be. Especially if you see the latest episode. She pretty much comes into her own at that point. Okay, I'm done.
Alright, yeah, I'd say you actually do make some good points. Like I said, I've never been in the shoes myself, but that is some interesting points, and I'll say that is fair. That is fair to say. Actually, I thought Rusian was pretty... I actually thought it was a rather funny scene because instead of just like screaming or freaking out or falling over and just like groping or like anything else, his reaction was just calm, close the door. Yeah. Which that seems more believable than any other situation of flailing his arms out or falling into her like crotch. It's like, no, close the door. I also really admire his general philosophy at the beginning of, who cares if they're boy or girl? As long as they're cute, does it really matter? Which is kind of the same philosophy I have with Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Trust me. Once you get to the Zoldix, I like Dallas Reed. I think he does a good job. It's actually pretty funny. I'd like to hear more.
Yeah.
So, I guess final thoughts then.
Yeah. Any of you guys have some final thoughts on the matter?
On the show, or the dub, or both?
Either or both.
Okay, dub pretty good, a little bit better than what I would expect from this kind of show. Show itself, I like it enough. I mean, it's a little different than what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't redefine anything, much of anything, but does break some of the traditional tropes you see with these kind of shows.
That is all at once why I think this show is better than I think, but also more frustrating to me too, like I mentioned earlier. Because it is better than what I think it is, the fact that it's somehow pulling these why can't they be together things for that, and the fact that the idea it could be this kind of story, or it could be some sort of like mental hang-up or crappy life, and it's mostly just played for laughs instead of like an actual dramatic tension. Like when it's sometimes played for drama, and when it actually seems like they are together and getting each other, that's when I feel like this show's its strongest. Episode 5 was the closest I felt this show ever get to actually getting it. It came so close. That's why I get so frustrated when the reasons, like the next episode, it's like, that happens, and it's like, it drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
But it's better than a typical like harem show, because it's not a harem show. That's
right.
Think of it as like less eki anime and more a slice of life kind of thing. That's how you gotta think about it.
I love the way you say that. I love how you say it, eki.
Pronounced?
I think it's Ichi.
I thought it was Ichi.
Oh my god.
I thought it was Ichi, or Eki. I don't know. Eki's funny because sometimes if you want to be a critic, you could call it Icky.
That's a good one.
It kind of plays around with the tropes of harem comedies, romantic comedies, even stuck in the game stuff. But it doesn't play it to the point where it gets annoying. You know what I mean?
I think some of the game humor actually legitimately works for this show. Like the whole normies thing bugs me, but some of the stuff they do about like free to play items or premium items is legitimate gold. And some of the stuff about how they're like, he's legitimately trying to get them to play the game and just play the game and figure it out, and it works. I like that. In terms of like MMO like gaming gags, those hit pretty strong. I just feel it's misguided in shit-talking normies when, as I said, they're playing a freemium, free-to-play MMO. Who are you?
It's a social thing, man. It happens.
I know it's a social thing, but I don't know. That's one of the things that irks me. Outside of that, I'd say the main criticism I have is like the script, which I could buy for this show, but I could see why people would be annoyed to hell and back by it, because like a lot of the lingo, and I think it works for this show, and there's no real like pop culture references like the other one. We got our piece on it. But all in all, I feel this show's got some problems. It's got some things that drive me up a wall. But honestly, you really could do a lot worse, and it has made me laugh quite a couple of times, actually.
And You Thought There Was Never a Girl Online, aka Netoge, is currently available to stream subtitled for free and dubbed through paid subscription in its entirety through the Funimation Now streaming service. Through Funimation, it is available in North America, the UK, and Ireland. Funimation Now offers hundreds of hours of simulcast and catalog content, including dubbed episodes produced for streaming as soon as 2 weeks after the episode is released for simulcast. Subscription plans for All Access Passes, which give you access to all of their dubbed content as well as content in HD, are available from $7.99 a month to $59.99 a year. Start a free trial today. Full disclosure, this is not a paid plug.
Alright, so, do you guys have anything you want to plug?
Again, my name's Ed. You can read my reviews on the fandom post under Jairus Taylor. And you can also read my reviews on Animation Infinity or just follow me on Twitter under username Divine Nega.
Out of curiosity, what are you reviewing this season?
Okay, for this season? What is it? Assassination Classroom, Lucio and Tora, and My Hero Academia. I mean, I was also doing season 4 of Arrow for live action stuff, and that was interesting.
I'll have to read those when I actually do it.
Arrow. The only thing I really have to plug is my own personal Twitter at MangaMan9000. You'll see me currently, at the time of this recording, it may change, with a Graham Spectre avatar for our Bakano-themed thing. And the only thing I have to plug is 3 Victims Watch, which I do with a couple of friends. A friend of mine hasn't uploaded an episode in a while. He's been busy with doing some job stuff, but we're almost done with SAO, I think. I know, but it's very rarely that a show kind of makes me as angry as that. Just weirdly enough. It's like, I think it's similar to this in a way, in that when it does good, it does good. That's why it hurts when it does worse.
Yeah. And
like Mother's Rosario.
Oh god.
I love Yuki as a character, actually, but boy.
No.
We're not doing this here. No. I will say, Yuki's a great character to play as in Dengenki Bunko Fighting Climax.
Okay then. Well, I guess that's for me. Only real thing I could plug. You can find me on Twitter at Jamstar529. I was supposed to be doing my own podcast soon, but my editing skills are not up to par. But once I get that off the ground, you can pretty much look out for it. It's Moonlight Madness. I'll be covering all things Sailor Moon.
He's currently under the tutelage of Sensei Lilac.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna have a fun time with this recording.
As long as you're not like, what does this red button do? That's record. What does this square button do? That's to stop. What does this green arrow do? That's play. What are these 2 brackets? That's pause. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, could you say that again? You'll be fine if you know at least the simple stuff.
And you can find me at Roots of Justice on Twitter and a bunch of different forums. Hopefully I will have some sort of solo thing going here in a little bit. I keep kind of flaking out on it, but maybe after this...
Let's be honest. Whatever you do, you're gonna write like a bunch more charts.
Yeah.
Because you are the chart
you
master.
Or more pugs.
What's Chart Master or Pug Master?
I got some
Either is a good title for the Roots of Justice.
So from us here at Dubble Talk, I would like to wish you all listeners and otaku on, my friends.
Keep it manly.
See you later, guys.
本物でしょう